Hey everyone, it's Angela Allen. Welcome back to Handmade, Homestead, and Garden. If you're new here, I want to welcome you to our channel. If you're a frequent flyer, welcome back. It is so nice to see you again. Well, it's week number 3 of the Pantry Challenge. And this week, let's talk a little bit about how we use our pantry. It's a little bit different than how a lot of families use their short and long-term pantries. So let's talk about it. Come on, let's go. Most people do the Three Rivers Pantry Challenge as a way to clean out their pantry, use up the food that's been there longer, the things that aren't getting used quickly enough, just to get a bunch of jars empty so when the new gardening season starts, you have the resources you need and the space you need to process, can, freeze, however you preserve the food from your garden to put it away for the coming winter season. But that's not how we do the Pantry Challenge. We maintain a year-round pantry here, a year-round working pantry in our upstairs kitchen and a year-round long-term storage pantry downstairs in the lower level of our house. So we don't aim to eat all of anything on the shelves. We use the food that we've preserved or frozen, canned or dehydrated as we need it for everyday meals. Even our long-term pantry is really just an extension of our upstairs short-term pantry stores. So we don't ever aim to use everything up unless it's a food that's been there for a long time. For example, back when 2020 hit and the pandemic time, we had purchased, along with other staples to build our long-term pantry back then, to build it up, we had purchased a lot of popcorn, something like 10 pounds, 15 pounds of popcorn. And we're almost through using that up. And I am trying to get it used up before I purchase another big bag of popcorn. So that's one example of how we use up pantry stores that have been around for a while, but we do that to replace them just to keep the foodstuffs kind of moving through the pantry so nothing expires. But we don't aim to empty anything out of our pantry. We try to only preserve food that we really like and that we're going to use, and we continue to build on that pantry as we use it year round. So I have a few different things I want to accomplish today. I am working on some winter sowing projects, and if I move, you can just about see it back there behind me on the table. My jugs and my seeds waiting to be planted, just some winter sowing projects that I want to get done today. We did have a really beautiful snowstorm last night. It's absolutely gorgeous outside. I went outside, walked around, and took these pictures, and just was absolutely in love with how beautiful it was. But it is also very cool. It's a wet, heavy snow, and it's going to be much colder for the next several days. So we did some snow cleanup too. So it turns out that makes it a perfect day for pantry staple chili. Just to show you how we cook every day from our long and short-term pantries, just to keep our family well-fed and healthy, nourishing food that's delicious and that people look forward to eating. So you guys all know how much I love and how frequently I use my Instant Pot. I did soak these beans last night. They are pinto beans, but you can use any kind of bean that you prefer for your family. I soak them overnight. I do that specifically so that I can rinse them out several times to get as many of those phytins out of there to make them more digestible. So I'm just adding in some spices. I threw in a couple of bay leaves, some Italian seasonings, some cilantro, a couple of celery sticks, cumin, of course, and chili powder and smoked paprika, and some water, just enough to cover the beans so that I can pressure cook them. Again, you can cook beans straight up, not pre-soaked, for about 90 minutes in an Instant Pot and have perfectly soft and usable beans. But I did soak these overnight, so I only have to pressure cook them for about 40 minutes. 40 minutes gives me a nice, soft, plump bean, but they're not broken down, so they're still going to be pretty whole
in the chili, which is how we prefer it. So I'm going to get those cooking, and I'm going to let them cook for a while. And towards the end of their cooking time, I'll start putting together the rest of what I need. And that is going to start with some turkey. I used turkey instead of beef. Just happened to be what I had defrosted. And I had run downstairs and grabbed a couple of other things that are going to make the chili right from our pantry. And you see that stuff there on the counter. Now, I am well known for putting absolutely anything and everything that I can for added vegetables into chili. So my family just kind of ignores that and eats it anyway. So this is the ground turkey. I did brown it. It is extremely lean. There's really no fat in it. So you'll see at the end, I'm going to add some additional fat to the chili for flavor. Give that a quick stir. Those beans are really well cooked. I'm going to add a can of home processed pasta sauce or tomato sauce. That's the big jar there that you see. It does have some seasonings in it already. I'm going to add a jar of home canned Rotel. I do Rotel, our own Rotel. I do like it a little less spicy, but it does have jalapeno peppers in it. And then this other jar is just a half a jar that I had left in the refrigerator of home canned green tomato salsa. I found that my family really prefers the green tomato salsa when it's cooked into food. They don't really enjoy it as a dip or as a side. So I've just been using it for cooking because I did do a lot, and I do mean a lot of it this year. I had a lot of green tomatoes left. I'm going to add some celery, some carrots, and those are just diced green onions because I don't use bulb onions typically. I like the flavor of onions, but I just don't tolerate them very well. And that last thing is a bag of greens I had in the freezer. It's mixed greens, probably 5 or 6 different kinds of greens from the garden that I grew. And when I freeze them pretty much whole, just slightly chopped up. But when I take them out to use them, I bang them on the counter a few times frozen, and there we go, they're chopped. And then I'm adding a little bit of roasted garlic flavored avocado oil just for that extra fat, because again, that turkey really doesn't have any, and it was 99% lean turkey breast meat. Now, in putting all that in, I am going to pressure cook it again for another 10 minutes just to get all of the rest of those vegetables cooked, and the chili will be almost ready to eat with one more addition. And in that 10-minute time, I am going to do these dishes. Boy, that sink builds up really fast. We do not use a dishwasher. The sink to the left are clean dishes, and I just use this little tiny sink to wash the dishes when I need to wash them. As always, I do not reuse my lids. I throw them away. There we go, one clean sink, and the chili was done. I let it stop, and then I let it natural release before I take the lid off. Give it a stir. It's not quite as thick as I want, but I have a secret to solve that. I just mix a little bit of masa flour with water and mix that into the chili. It gives it a really good, authentic flavor. The corn flavor of the flour really adds to the chili flavor, and my family really enjoys it that way. It makes it a lot thicker, and it just gives it just the best kind of richness too. And there you go, less than an hour, and this pot of chili tastes like it's been cooking for hours. And it really was very little hands-on time and super, super delicious, hot, satisfying. I serve it with cheese, of course, sour cream, or in our case, homemade yogurt. And then my favorite topping is a nice, good spoonful of nice, spicy, sweet, homemade Cowboy candy. We grow our own jalapeno peppers and grow natapenos too and mix them. It's so delicious. We use Cowboy candy for everything. We're obsessed, and we do have a pantry full.
Well, if you find this video helpful, please don't forget to like and subscribe. It helps us so much with the algorithm, and we are actively trying to grow. and we will see you next time. Take care.